advice that I will hold on to ever since. Whenever you feel like judging someone, he said, always remember they have not had the same advantages that you have. That's all he would say. We were always communicating with reserve. But I knew he meant a great deal more than that. Gatsby, the man who gives his name to the story, represents all of which I had an unaffected soul. In personality with a series of small gestures, and there's something gorgeous about it. Something that heightens sensitivity that comes to the air. He had a romantic readiness that I have yet to see in anyone else, and will most likely never find again.
So, do you plan on staying here for a while?
I'd be a goddamn fool to move anywhere else.
This is a permanent move. They hated France. How long were you there?
About a year. Then we followed the polo circuit.
drifting endlessly. Parties and yachts and big hulking men hitting wooden balls with mallets.
Make me feel uncivilized.
Civilization's going to pieces. I've got to be a terrible pessimist about things, Nick.
Tom's getting very profound. He reads deep books with long words in them.
The idea is that we're sophisticated. I am, and you are, and we produce all things that go to make civilization. So science and art and all that. Do you see? Excuse me.
I love to see my house. Remind me of the road. An absolute road. Doesn't he, Jordan? A road? Excuse me.
So, what are you training for? About that Gatsby guy.
Wait, I want to hear what happens.
Is there something happening?
You mean you don't know? I thought everybody knew.
You would.
Why, Tom's got some woman in New York.
Some woman?
She might at least have the decency not to telephone him at home.
Couldn't be helped. I looked outdoors for a minute, and it's very romantic outdoors. There's a bird on the lawn, and I think it must be a nightingale. Yes, a nightingale. Come over on the canard, white star line. He's singing away. Romantic, isn't it, Tom?
Very romantic. Before I leave, I'll take you down to the stables. Excuse me.
We don't know each other very well, then. Even if we are cousins. You didn't come to my wedding.
I wasn't back from the war.
Yes, I forgot. The war took a lot of fine young men away. I'm pretty cynical about everything.
So, I suppose she eats and sleeps and talks and everything, right?
Who?
Your daughter.
Oh, Pam.
Yes.
Listen, Nick. Let me tell you about what I first said when Pam was born. Would you like to hear? It'll tell you just how I feel about things. Well, Pam was less than an hour old, and Tom was God knows where. I woke up out of the ether, with an utterly abandoned feeling. Right away, I asked the nurse whether it was a boy or a girl. She told me it was a girl, and I turned my head away, but I'm glad it's a girl, I said, and I hope she'll be a fool. That's the best thing a girl in this world can be. Beautiful and cruel. You see, I think everything's terrible anyhow. Most advanced people do. And I do. Been everywhere, and seen everything, done everything. Sophisticated. God, I'm sophisticated.
10 o'clock, time for this good girl to go to bed.
Jordan has a tournament tomorrow over at Westchester.
You're Jordan Baker, the golfer.
Good night. Wake me up at 8, won't you?
If you'll get up.
I will. Good night, Mrs. Carraway. See you anon.
Of course you will. In fact, I think I'll arrange a marriage between you two. You know, lock you up in linen closets and push you out to sea in a boat and all that sort of thing.
Good night. I haven't heard a word.
Isn't this Jordan Baker, the golfer? I've seen her in magazines playing pistol at Asheville, Palm Beach. Wasn't there a story about her?
She's a nice girl. They happen to let her run around the country this way.
Who ought to?
Her family.
Her family is about 1 in about 1,000 years old. Besides,
me.
Nonsense. She's gonna spend lots of weekends out here this summer. The home influence will.
I haven't heard a word. Good night, you two. Tom, Daisy.
Good night, my dear sweet Nicky. Good night. Good night.
Yes, Gatsby was all right by now, but it's what preyed on me. Foul dust that floated in the wake of his dreams that haunted me, and haunts me still.
Oh, McKee! That's it!
Do you like the apartment, Mr. Carraway?
It's nice.
Tom, didn't you talk?
I'm tired of the wine. Let's get the whiskey. Drink with me, Nick.
I really should get going. I don't know what
Stay.
There's plenty of time to make money. Come on here, Nick. Drink up.
If Chester could only get you that pose, Myrtle, I think he could have made something of it. Couldn't you, Chester?
I'm in the artistic game.
Chester has photographed me 127 times. Haven't you, Chester?
129.
Oh, Nick! That's me!
I'll have to change the light. Let you get a modeling of your features, like a profile. And of course, I tried to get both of back hair.
I wouldn't think of changing the lights. I think it's just...
We need more to drink. Stop shaking your ass, Myrtle. Get some more ice and mineral water before we fall asleep.
You know, I told that boy about the ice. These people, why does it have to take care of them?
I've done some nice things down on Long Island. 2 of them are framed downstairs.
To what?
2 studies. One of them I call Montauk Point the Gulls, and the other I call Montauk Point the Sea.
Where the hell is she?
Do you live on Long Island too? Oh, yeah. Really?
Would we know your place?
No, it's a small rental.
We were down there quite about a month ago.
And a man named Gatsby.
You know,
He's my neighbor.
really. Well, they say he's the nephew or cousin of Kaiser Wilhelm. Or was it?
Von Hindenburg.
Well, I'm scared. I'd hate to have him get anything on me.
Somebody told me they thought he killed a man once.
I don't think it's so much that. I think it's more that he was a German spy during the war. I heard that from the man at the party. Knew all about it. He was in Germany.
That's not right, because he was in the American Army during the war. You look at him sometimes when he thinks nobody's looking. I'll bet he killed a man.
They say he doesn't even live in that house. But lives on a boat that floats up and down Long Island shore. Chester! I think you can do something with him! Stop it, Tom. You're gonna make me spill everything. Ugh, neither of them can stand the person they're married to.
Can't they?
Can't stand them. What I say is why go living on with a person who can't stand them.
If I was them, I'd get a divorce and get married to each other right away.
It's really his wife that's keeping them apart. She's a Catholic, and they don't believe in divorce.
Leave Daisy out of this.
Daisy's not a Catholic.
She really ought to get away from her husband. They've been living over that garage for 11 years, and Mom's the first sweetie she ever had.
You know, it was on the 2 little seats facing each other, the ones that are always up on the train, and I was going to New York to see my sister and spend the night, and he had on this dress suit and hat and leather shoes. Oh, I just couldn't keep my eyes off of him. But every time he looked at me, I pretended to be looking at the advertisement over his head.
What the hell are you doing?
What?
Get over here.
Shut up, I'm telling a story. So when we got off at the station, his white shirt pressed against my arm, and I told him I was gonna have to call the police, but he knew I lied. When we got into the taxi, I couldn't hardly tell we were getting back into a subway train. I just kept thinking over and over, you just can't live forever. You just can't live forever.
That's enough, Myrtle.
Hey! Great man speaks!
That's not close for one afternoon.
Get your hands off of me! Where's that dog you promised me, huh? Mrs. McKee, I'm gonna get this dress as soon as I'm through with it. I have to get another one tomorrow. I need to make a list of everything I can get tomorrow. I need to get a massage and a plane. Oh, I need a new ashtray with a cute little screen and a wreath with a black silk bow
be Gatsby's, he said, if I would attend his little party that night.
Your face looks familiar. Were you in the 3rd Division during the war?
19th Machine Gun Battalion. How did you know?
I thought so. I was in the 7th Infantry until June 1918. Miss it?
The war? Yeah. Coming back feels a little dull.
I know what you mean. I doubt most people here have any idea what it's like to be in the trenches.
It's not something you forget.
No, it's not. Where are you from?
Minneapolis.
I know them well. Listen, I just bought one of those new hydroplanes. I thought I'd try it out in the morning. Would you like to join me? Just along the shore, in the sound?
What time?
Anytime that suits you best.
Yes! Yes! I'm Nick, by the way.
It's Nick Carraway.
Hello, Jordan.
I thought you might be here. I remember you were next door. Having fun?
It's such a weird party. I live right over there. And some chauffeur came to my lawn this morning giving me this note from this Gatsby guy. And I haven't seen the host in over 3 hours.
I'm Gatsby.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
I thought you do, old sport. I'm afraid I'm not a very good host.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. There's been a call from Detroit.
Tell them I'll call later.
That may not be such a good idea.
If you need anything, just ask for it, old sport. If you'll excuse me, I'll rejoin you both later. Small town, Mike. He's no use to us to Detroit since I gave a small town.
I feel like an idiot. I've always imagined this Gatsby guy as this fat, extravagant middle-aged. Who is he? You know?
He's just a man named Gatsby.
Yes, but where does he come from?
I haven't the faintest idea.
It's just so many people talking about him.
Now you're started on the subject.
Well, some guy doesn't just get up and buy a palace on Long Island.
Well, Jasmin did.
He must have some sort of past.
Well, he once told me he was an Oxford man. However, I don't believe it.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't think he went there.
I've heard so many rumors about him.
That he killed someone.
Yes.
That he was a German spy.
Yes.
That he runs an underground pipeline from Canada.
He does?
Anyhow, he gives large parties. And I like large parties. They're so intimate. At small parties, there isn't any privacy. You having a good time? Dance with me. You know, Daisy's very taken with you. She hasn't stopped talking about flinging us together.
And she would be pretty happy about tonight.
Are you in love with her?
Isn't everyone?
Yes. If I tell you a secret, do you promise to do something about it?
What is it?
Tom's woman in New York? She isn't the first. One night in Santa Barbara, California, right after he and Daisy got married, Tom ran into a wagon on the Ventura Road and ripped the front wheel off his car. The girl who was with got into the papers too because her arm was broken. She was one of the chambermaids at the Santa Barbara Hotel.
I don't understand why she's facing him.
Maybe you're the one meant to help her.
Beg your pardon, Miss Baker?
Yes?
Mr. Gatsby would like to speak to you. Alone.
With me?
That's what he said.
Think about what I just told you. Please come and see me. Phone book. Under the name of Miss Sigourney Howard, my aunt.
He's a very famous person.
Oh, I know.
Mr. Gatsby is a fine gentleman, isn't he? Handsome to look at and perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
He's an Oxford man.
Oxford?
Oxford College of English. Have you heard of Oxford College?
I've heard something like that.
It's one of the most famous colleges in the world.
Have you known Gatsby for a long time?
Several years. I made the pleasure of making his acquaintance just after the war. And who I discovered a man of fine breeding. I talked to him for just an hour. I thought to myself, that's the kind of man that I can take home and introduce to my little sister. See, you're looking at my cuff buttons.
They look like ivory.
Find a specimen of the human molar.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose I should run off from you two young men before I outstay my welcome.
No need to hurry, Meyer.
You're very polite, but I belong to another generation. Enjoy!
He's quite a character on New York, and Den's in the Broadway.
What does he do? Is he an actor?
No.
A dentist?
Meyer Wolfsheim, no. He's a gambler. He's the man that fixed the World Series back in 1919.
Fixed the World Series? How do you do that?
He saw the opportunity.
And how is he not in jail right now?
You can't catch him, old sport. He's a smart man. Smart man not hard to catch. Meyer, we're going up to the hydroplane. 9 o'clock.
Yes, and I'm so sorry I didn't remember earlier.
Don't mention it. Don't give it never thought. 9 o'clock.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Good night, old sport.
Incredible!
Thrilling, old sport!
Thrilling!
So we're going to New York where and get some lunch.
Of course, I'm all yours today.
I say, old sport, what's your opinion of me?
What?
What's your opinion of me, old sport?
Oh, we haven't known each other for a long time.
Be frank, old sport.
To be honest, I've heard a lot of rumors about you.
I'm going to tell you something about my life. I don't want you to get the wrong idea from all these stories you hear. This is the God's honest truth. I'm son of some wealthy people in the Middle West, all dead now. I was brought up in America, but educated in Oxford. All my ancestors have been educated there for many years. It's a family tradition.
What part of the Middle East are you from?
San Francisco.
Oh.
Good driving. Thank you. Well, after that, all my family died, and I came into a great deal of wealth. I lived as a young Raja on all the capitals of Europe: Paris, Venice, Rome, collecting jewels, chiefly rubies, hunting big game, painting little, only for myself, trying to be able to sad thing that happened to me long ago. Then the war came, old sport. I tried my very best to die, but I seemed to bury a chance in life. I took commission as first lieutenant when it began, in the Argonne Forest. You were there.
Oh, St. Neil Salient.
Ah, well, this is near Sully. I took 3 machine gun detachments so far forward that there was a half-mile gap on either side of us, where the infantry couldn't advance. Stayed there 2 days and 2 nights. 130 men and 16 Lewis guns. When infantry made it up to us at last, found the insignia for 3 German divisions among piles of dead. I was promoted to be a major, and every allied government gave me a decoration. Even Montenegro, little Montenegro down by the Adriatic Sea. Here's one from Montenegro.
Ornery di Danilo Montenegro, Nicholas Rex.
Turn it over.
Major J. Gatsby, for Valor Extraordinary.
And here's a souvenir I keep from Oxford days. I was taken in Trinity Quad, out. The man on the left is now the Earl of Doncaster.
So, it's all true.
Of course, old sport.
I didn't mean it like that.
It's all right, old sport.
Why are you telling me all this?
I'm going to make a big request for you today. I thought you'd know something about me. I didn't want you to think I'm some nobody.
At lunch today?
Yes. You see, I often find myself among strangers, drifting here and there, trying to forget sad thing that happened to me long ago. You'll hear about it this afternoon.
So, you're telling me you're going to be sharing all this in public?
Yes, but you won't be having lunch with me. You'll be having lunch with Miss Baker.
So, you're telling me you're in love with Miss Baker?
No, of course, but Miss Baker's kindly consented to speak to you about this matter.
I don't understand. Why don't you just tell me yourself?
It is a delicate matter.
Hello, Nick.
Tom, what are you doing here?
You hear all the time. What the hell you did? Iggy's furious because you never called up.
I'm here with Gatsby, Mr. Tom Buchanan.
Sure. How'd you happen to come this far town to meet?
We're here for lunch with Jordan.
You behave yourself with us. Listen, whoever you can depart with it. Stop by and see us. Go drink. If you'll excuse me, I have some friends waiting. Nice to meet you, sir.
That's, Tom. He's married to my cousin. They live right across the town from you.
Yes, you would. Hoping not to make you angry about this whole business with Miss Baker.
No, I'm not angry. It's just, I'm not one for mysteries.
It's nothing underhanded. You don't make very much, do you?
No, not yet.
I presume so, if you were right. I thought you don't make very much out of sort of side business.
Boys?
Ah, Miss Baker.
Nick, Jay, did I interrupt something?
Oh, no. Please join us. Well, thank you, Miss Baker. Thank you both. Enjoy your lunch.
Is he always like this?
He knows what he wants.
Well, it's nice to see you again, even under mysterious circumstances.
Not that mysterious. Not really.
What's going on?
You know Daisy and I grew up together?
She mentioned it to me.
Daisy Faye, the most popular girl in Louisville. We all envied her. She dressed in all white, had a little white roadster, and all day long the telephone rang in her house.
If you boys behave yourselves, I'll spare each of you 1 hour.
And excited young officers from Camp Taylor demanded the privilege of monopolizing her nights. Well, one night, I'm walking by her house, this was 1917, and she's on the porch dancing with a lieutenant I've never seen before. They were so engrossed in each other that they didn't even see me. And he was looking at her in a way that every young girl wants to be looked at. And because it seemed so romantic to me, I've remembered the incident ever since. His name was Gatsby.
Gatsby?
Poor Lieutenant Gatsby.
And I didn't lay eyes on him again for over 4 years. Even after I'd seen him at one of his parties, I didn't realize it was the same man until the other night. Anyway, they became inseparable, promises were made, and then he left for the war. Daisy changed after that. Became distraught, withdrawn. I don't know what happened, something to do with her family, but after the war was over, she just up and suddenly married Tom Buchanan of Chicago. He arrived with an entourage in more pomp and circumstance than Louisville ever knew before. The night before the wedding, he gave her a string of pearls valued at $350,000. I was a bridesmaid. The night before the bridal dinner, I walked into her room and found her lying on her bed as lovely as a June night in her flowery dress.
Congratulate me, Jordan.
And as drunk as a monkey, she had a bottle of champagne in one hand and a letter in the other.
Never had a drink before, but oh, how do I enjoy it?
I was scared. I can tell you, I've never seen a girl like that before.
Here, dear. Take it downstairs. Bring him back to walked out of that room. The pearls around her neck and the incident over. What was in the letter? It was from him. From Gatsby. He was coming home from the war to marry her. I can't believe that. What a coincidence that he's here. But it isn't a coincidence at all, don't you see? Gatsby bought that house to be near Daisy, just to be across the sound from her. It's incredible. He wants to know if he'll invite her over some afternoon and then let him come over. So you're telling me almost 5 years he's waited for her, and he just wants to come over to some stranger's cottage to have a liaison? All this time, he's half expected her to wander into one of his parties one day, but she never has. That's why he throws them. He wants her to see his house, to see what he's created for her. Incredible. So will you do it? Does Daisy know? Daisy's not to know about it. Gatsby doesn't want her to know. You're just supposed to invite her alone to tea. Alone, of course. I don't know if I'm comfortable. Daisy ought to have something in her life, don't you think? And what about you? What if I invited you to tea? What would you say? Of course. Bye, Jordan. Bye, Nick.
Do you have everything in place for tea?
It's all set.
Sure you're all right with this? I don't want to do anything out of the way.
Yes, it's fine. Fine. Do you want something while you wait?
Oh, no, thank you. It's raining.
I didn't notice.
I'm going home.
What are you talking about?
It's true, I know it's coming. I can't wait all day till it's
Don't
work.
be silly. It's only 4:02.
You don't understand those sports.
See?
This is absolutely where you live, my teens, Mom. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Now, are you allowed to come alone?
No,
Jay,
Hello, please.
I'm glad to see you.
We've met before.
We haven't met for many years.
5 years. Next November.
Nick, Jordan says you've been naughty for her.
Have I?
See, I'm the perfect matchmaker. So you be careful with her. She left my card in the rain, top down. It's ruined. Absolutely ruined. And at first she lied about it. So you be careful. Jordan's incurably dishonest.
Look, you both excuse me.
Where are you going?
I thought I'd get some more tea and cake.
I'll come help you. Oh, God.
What's the matter?
This is a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake.
You're just nervous. She's just as nervous as you are.
She is?
Yes.
How does the suit look?
Very nice.
What do I do? What do I say?
You're acting like a little boy. Not only that, but you're being rude. You've left her all alone. Go on.
I thought if we never meet again, you would be old and decrepit. As handsome as a Lieutenant Gatsby.
Would you like to sit?
Yes. Did you know I'd be here?
I arranged it. Here. the last 5 years.
My debut. Chicago. Oh, look at that silly old hat. Even Europe.
He's a good pole player.
Yes, Tom's always had the knack for winning. I tried to wait, Jay, I really did.
Here.
How handsome you are, beautiful. You never married?
No.
I'm so sorry, Jay. Robert, I promised we were gonna be so happy. I've missed you so much, Jay. I've never missed you as much as I do now.
Oh, hello, sport.
Stop raining.
Stop training. Did you hear that, Daisy? Stop training.
I'm glad, Jay.
Now I want to take you and Daisy over to my place. I want to show her around.
Are you sure you want me to come with?
Of course, old sport. My house looks well, doesn't it?
That huge place there?
See how the whole front of it catches the light?
Oh, Jay, it's splendid.
It is splendid.
Took me 3 years to get the money that bought it.
Didn't you say you inherited that money?
I did, old sport. Do you like it, Daisy?
I love it. I don't see how you live there all alone.
I keep you full of interesting people. Celebrate people, night and day. People who've done interesting things. It's full of swimming pools, sunken baths, pools and rooms and period styles, and jump pools.
My favorite.
Hundreds, thousands of jump pools.
Oh, Jay.
And I've got a man in England who buys me shirts at the beginning of each season, spring and fall.
Beautiful shirts. It makes me sad because I've never seen such beautiful shirts before. Do you think it's possible to reverse time? Erase it and begin again. Do you think that's possible, Jay? To reverse time as if it never happened? You said you'd come back from no matter where you were, and here you are, you leave me like silver. And I said I'd be waiting. Remember, my hair was damp that night, and yes, you, so handsome in your brother's uniform, smelling like new bullets, garbage, smelling, staring at fireworks. And you told me you loved me, and I thought you were the sweetest person in the whole world. And the music everywhere, filling the garden, fragrant with our future. We were going and happy. Perfect, Jay. Cool and happy. You can trust me with the dearest heart of all, and so much more than anybody in the world has ever had.
We're going to be taking a 10-minute intermission here. Back soon. Thank you.
Driver. I am
you almost killed last night?
What guy?
The one you hit with your fender. Either you ought to be more careful or you ought to be driving at all.
I am careful.
No, you're not.
Well, then other people are.
What's that got to do with it?
Look, keep out of my way. It takes two to make an accident.
And what if you meet someone as careless as yourself?
I hope I never do. I hate careless people. That's why I like you. It's certainly hot.
Where's Mr. Thomas Buchanan, the athlete?
Rumor has it he's on the telephone with his girl in New York.
Mr. Gatsby, I've got to see you again, sir. Jordan, Nick.
Make us a cold drink, please.
Sure. Champagne. I'm getting the whiskey.
You know I love you. You forget there's a lady present. Well, then you kiss Nick. What a low, vulgar girl. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Where are you going, Tom?
Soon I promise. Don't look so sad. You know there's nothing more in the world that I want than you and your precious love. Thank heaven, something cool to drink. What are we going to do with ourselves this afternoon? And in the next week? And in the next 30 years? Don't be so morbid. Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. But it's so hot! And everything's so confused. Let's all go to town. Why don't we go to town? He looks so cool. Always so cool. Remind me of the man in the advertisements. You know, the advertisements of the man in the shirts.
All right. Let's go to town. What's the matter? If you want to go to town, let's start.
Are we just gonna go like this?
You wanted to go.
It's too hot to fuss. Have it your own way. Come on, Jordan.
I don't see the idea of going to town. Women get these notions in their heads. Are you ready yet?
No!
We don't have enough to drink. We're gonna grab some more.
I can't say anything as household sports.
Her voice is so indiscreet. It's like it's full of
Full of money.
Exactly. Her voice is just full of money.
Okay? We'll go to the plaza.
Don't go telling that stuff to women. Disrespectful.
Let's hire 5 baths and take cold baths and drink mint juleps.
Shall we go in my car?
I would have expected a chauffeur.
I prefer to do my own driving.
Are the gears standard?
Yes,
Well, how about you take mine? Can I drive your car this time?
it takes some getting used to.
I'm sure I can manage.
You might need to get some gasoline.
If it runs out, I can stop at a drugstore. You can buy anything in a drugstore nowadays. Come on, Daisy. I'll take you Mr. Gaffney's circus wagon.
You take Nick and Jordan. We'll follow you in the coupe.
Do you see that?
What?
You're pretty dark, don't you? Perhaps I am, but I have almost a second sight sometimes to tell you what to do. I made a small investigation of this fellow.
And you found out he was an Oxford man.
Oxford man. Here's a pink suit.
He did go to Oxford.
Oxford, New Mexico, maybe. I'm stopping for gas. Let's have some gas, Wilson. Out of the view.
Stop being good.
Well, do I have to do it myself?
I need money pretty bad, Mr. Buchanan, and I was wondering what you were going to do with your old car.
How do you like this one?
It's a nice yellow.
Pretty fancy, eh? Ever seen anything this fancy before?
No, sir, Mr. Buchanan.
Like to buy it?
Big chance. No, but I could make some money on the other.
What do you want money for all of a sudden?
We've been here too long. Gotta get away. Myrtle and I want to go west.
She does.
She's been talking about it for 10 years, and now she's going whether she wants to or not.
Why is that woman staring at me?
What do I owe you?
I've been wised up to something real funny these past 2 days. Yeah, wised up real good. That's why I've been wanting to get away. That's why I've been bothering you about the car.
What do I owe you?
I really need that money, Mr. Buchanan.
What do I owe you?
Dollar money.
The change.
I don't mean to keep bothering you, but
I'll let you have that car.
you will?
Yeah, I'll send it over tomorrow afternoon.
It's a swell suite. Open another window. There aren't any more. Well, the telephone or next.
Forget about the heat, Jesus. Make it 10 times worse, just crab me about it, for Christ's sake.
Why don't you hire one of them, sport? You're the one that wanted to come to town.
That's a great expression of yours, isn't it?
What is?
Also a sport business? Where'd you pick that up?
Now see here, Tom. You're gonna make personal remarks on the station for a minute. Make us submit to Julius.
By the way, Mr. Gatsby, I understand you're an Oxford man.
Not exactly.
Oh, yes, I understand you went to Oxford.
Yes, I went there.
When was this?
I told you I went there.
And I've heard you, but I'd like to know when.
1919. Oh, I only stayed there 5 months. That's why I can't really call myself an Oxford man.
Yeah, right.
It was an opportunity to go to some of the officers after the armistice. We can go to any of the universities in England or France. I chose Oxford.
Hope you go see Tom, and I'll make you a met Julius. Then you won't seem so stupid to yourself. Oh, look at the mix.
I want to ask Mr. Gatsby one more question.
Go on.
What kind of row are you trying to cause in my house?
He isn't causing a row. You're causing a row. Please, have a little self-control.
Self-control? I suppose the latest thing is to sit back, let Mr. Nobody from nowhere make love to your wife. Well, if that's the idea, you can count me out. Nowadays, people begin by sneering at family life and family institutions, and then throw everything overboard.
Good God, Tom.
I know I'm not very popular. I don't give big parties, invited riff-raff, broadway to picture shows. I suppose you have to make your house into a pigsty and not have any friends.
We can talk about my house later, when there are no ladies present. Why want to tell you, old sport?
Please, let's all go home. Go home.
Daisy's right. Let's just go home. Nobody wants to drink, Tom.
I want to know what Mr. Gatsby has to tell me.
Your wife doesn't love you. All right? She never loved you. She loves me.
You must be crazy.
She never loved you. She only married you because she was tired of waiting for me. It was a terrible mistake. In her heart, she never loved anyone except for me.
Now, let's all just get going.
You're not going anywhere!
Yes, we are, Tom. Come on, Daisy.
It's time somebody finally tells you exactly what.
Are you going to lecture me on character, Jordan? That's a laugh. Nick, if your girlfriend here told you about that tournament at Asheville,
Tom!
she cheated to win that tournament. You're a golf champion. Now, what is it you wanted to say to me, Jordan?
Let's go, Daisy.
Sit down, Daisy!
Now look here, Tom.
Stop yelling at her!
I want to know what's been going on.
I told you what's been going on. Going for the past 5 years and you didn't know.
You've been seeing this fellow for 5 years?
Not seeing. We couldn't see each other, but we loved each other all the time.
You're crazy. I can't speak about what happened 5 years ago, because I didn't know Daisy then. I'd be damned if I see how you got within a mile of her unless you brought the groceries to the back door. But all the rest of that is a goddamn lie! Daisy loved me when she married me, and she loves me now.
No.
She doesn't. The trouble is that sometimes she has foolish ideas in her head and doesn't know what she's doing. And what's more, I love Daisy too. Sure, once in a while I'd go off on a spree, make a fool of myself, but I always come back. Don't I, Daisy? And in my heart, I love you all the time.
You're fucking. Do you know I'm such a gaga? I'm surprised that it treats the story about little Spring in Santa Barbara in the Riviera.
Daisy, it's over now. All you have to do is tell him the truth. That you never loved him, and it's all wiped out forever.
Did I love him possibly?
You never loved him.
I never loved him.
Not at Deauville?
No.
Not that they had carried you down from the punch bowl to keep your shoes strapped?
No.
Daisy?
Please don't. There, Jane. I loved him once, but I loved you too.
Love me, too?
Even that's a lie. She didn't know you were alive. Why, there are things between Daisy and me that you will never know. Things that neither of us can ever forget.
Daisy's outside. I'll ask her alone.
You don't can't say that we loved Tom. It wouldn't be true.
Of course it wouldn't.
It doesn't matter to you.
Of course it matters. I'm going to take better care of it from now on.
You're never taking care of her ever again.
I'm not. Why is that?
Daisy believe in you.
Nonsense!
I am though.
She is not leaving me. Certainly not for a common swindler who'd have to steal the ring he puts on her finger.
Please. Go.
I'm going to take care of her, Daisy.
Who are you anyhow? You know that bunch came out Myrtle Wilson. That much I happen to know.
Let's go, Daisy.
I made a small investigation into your affairs, Mr. Gatsby.
You can shoot yourself about that, old sports.
I found out what your drugstores were.
What about them?
He and this Wolfsheim bought one of Side Street drugstores here in Chicago. Sold brand alcohol in the counter. That's just one of those stunts. I picked you for a bootleg the first time I saw you. And I wasn't far wrong.
It's prohibition! Nobody cares. Where do you get your booze from, old sports?
Stop calling it sports! This drugstore business, it's just more crazy! You have something on everything to tell me about! Something to Wolfsheim! But I'll find out about it! Oh, I'll find out about it, old sport! You can bet your ass about that!
I don't tell me old sports! My car keys, please. You'll excuse me.
Want any of this stuff, Jordan? Nick? Nick?
What?
Want it?
No.
What the hell's the matter with you?
I just remembered. Today's my birthday. I'm 30. I was 30 years old, and before me stretched the long, menacing road of a new decade. It was around 7, and we finally got into the car and made our way back to Norway. Tom talked incessantly, insultingly, laughing as if he won a football match. And lying next to me was Jordan. But I didn't know her anymore. 30. Promise of a new, lonely decade. A thinning briefcase of enthusiasm, thinning hair, a thinning list of single men to know. So we drove on, in the cooling twilight towards death.
You can fool me, but you can't fool God! What are you doing, Jordan? He is wise, man! You don't think I hear that? He is wise, man! No more, Myrtle! No more! What are you doing with my clothes? We're leaving! Day after tomorrow! As soon as I sell that car! You're crazy!
Going where?
Which direction?
Hold on a minute here.
I'm going each way. Well, she ran out there, waving her arms like crazy, shouting at him. Beat me, throw me down and beat me, but I'm going. And she ran out there, and the one coming from New York knocked right into her. Must have been going 30 or 40 miles an hour.
What's your relation to that?
I owned the diner up the road. It was a yellow car. Big yellow car. You will have to tell me what kind of car it was. No. You don't have to tell me what kind of car it was. I know what kind of car it was.
Listen, get your words on together, Wilson. I just got here from New York. Are you listening to me? I knew that clue we were talking about, remember? The yellow car was driving this afternoon. It wasn't mine, do you hear? It wasn't mine. I had to see all afternoon. I borrowed it.
What's going on over here?
I'm a friend of his. He says he knows the car that did it. It was a yellow car.
Your car is your car?
It's a blue car.
He's telling the truth. He just came here from New York and saw something had happened, so he pulled over.
All right, let's clear the area.
The goddamn coward. Didn't even stop his car.
Daisy, wait!
Please let me go into the
It's
inside.
alright. Everything's going to be alright.
It's really, don't you see?
It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine.
I'm so confused.
It's all my fault. None of this would have happened if I'd done things right the first time. I'm taking care of it now.
It's beautiful.
Daisy, do you believe I love you? Look at me. Do you believe that I love you?
Yes.
What was said in the hotel doesn't mean anything. Tom was pressuring you, making you say things you didn't mean, upsetting you.
I'm no good for you.
You're the loveliest, tenderest, most beautiful person I've ever known.
But if
Nothing's going to happen. I'm going to take care of everything. Just give me time. I want you to go inside. I'll wait out here just in case he tries something. If he does, I flip your light off and on.
he will hurt me,
I don't trust him.
how long will you wait?
All night if necessary. My whole life if you want.
You love me that much.
Yes.
You know how I am. I'll say something and ruin everything.
Tom knows you're upset. It's all right to be upset. But don't let him talk about anything. Don't say anything. Just give me time and we'll go away like we planned.
Yes. That's all I've ever wanted.
Once I know you're safe here tonight, I'll wait for a call at home. Our love is all that matters. We'll go back to Louisville, get married, and have the life we're meant to have. You asked me earlier if we could erase time. The answer is yes. I'm erasing it. Right here, right now. The past is erased forever. Just you and me.
Oh, God, please. Oh!
Nothing's going to happen. No one's ever going to hurt you ever again. I promise you. Call me when you get home. I'll wait for your call.
I should have dropped you off in one state, Nick. There's nothing we can do tonight. I'll telephone for a taxi. You and Jennifer Jordan better go in the kitchen. Have them make you some supper. If you want any. Come in.
No, thank you. I'll take the taxi.
Daisy's home. Goodbye then, Nick. Come in tomorrow.
Are you sure you won't come in, Nick?
No, I can't.
It's only 9:30. May as well make the best of it.
Is it true
What?
what Tom said about you in that rumor?
What's that got to do with anything?
They say you hit your ball on a bad lie, and that's how you won.
People say all sorts of things when you're famous.
The caddy redacted his statement. Did you buy him off?
Nick, you're one of the few honest people I know. That's why I like you. Come on in.
Bye, Jordan.
Goodbye? Like that, you're throwing me over?
I just need to go home.
You're throwing me over for a
I
reason?
need some time to think.
Fine. Be a coward. Run away. I don't give a damn about you anyway. But hey, at least it was a new kind of experience.
you see any trouble on the road?
Yes.
Was she killed?
Yes.
I thought so. I told Daisy I thought so. It's better a shock come to her all at once. I took a side road back to the West A and hid my car in my garage. I don't think anyone saw us, but of course I can't be sure. Who was the woman?
Her name was Wilson. Her husband owned the garage. What happened?
I tried to take the wheel from Daisy.
Daisy? Daisy was the one driving?
Yes, but of course I'll say I was.
I just assumed that.
You look, when we left New York, Daisy was all anxious. She said it would stay her to drive. So, just as our car was coming her way, this woman came out towards us. Like she was trying to tell us something. Like we were someone she knew. First Daisy turned away, but then she lost her nerve and turned right forward. It all happened in a moment. I tried to take the wheel from her, but I just felt the shock. Must have killed her instantly.
Killed her. It ripped her open for
I
Christ's
don't
sake.
want to know.
Why did you pull over? Get some help.
I tried to stop Daisy, but she wouldn't let me. So I pulled the emergency brake. She fell into my lap and asked to be driven home.
I have to go to the police.
I can't do that.
You need to tell them it was an
I'm
accident.
going to fix everything. I'm not going to let anything happen. And neither will you. She'll be alright in the morning. I'm just going to wait here just in case you try something.
That's my taxi. You should come with me.
I'm going to wait here until Daisy goes to bed.
Gatsby.
Good night, old sport.
I don't understand you people.
You should drink a cup of coffee, George. Come on, it's doing good.
I've been finding out about that car. Who it belongs to. A couple months ago, you came back with the stick in your face, bruised your nose swollen. Oh my God! Oh my God! He killed her!
Who did?
Way to find out.
This has been a strain to you, George, and you don't know what you're saying.
He murdered her!
It's an accident, George.
I'm one of those trusted fellas. I don't think no harm to nobody, but I know something. I know it. With the man in the car, she ran out to speak to him, and he wouldn't stop.
How could she have been like that?
She's the deep one.
If you got some friend that I could tell from.
I spoke to her. I said, you might fool me, but you can't fool God. I took her to the window, and I said, God knows what you've been doing. Everything you've been doing. You can fool me, but you can't fool God. God sees everything.
Sport. Nothing happened. She came to the window and turned out the light and went to bed.
You have to get away for a while. Go up to Montreal or at least Atlantic City.
I can't do that, old sport. I can't leave Daisy.
Why won't you listen to me?
I owe you an apology.
I don't care about any of that.
I owe you an apology for some of the lies. James Gats. That's really, or weebly my name. We're similar, Nick, you and I. Two boys out of the Middle West who came east to find their fortunes. My parents are farmers from North Dakota. Good people, honest people, but poor. So I invented the story of Jay Gatsby that a 17-year boy would be likely to invent, and ran away. Then I met Daisy. I thought for sure she was going to throw me over. Why wouldn't she? I'm just some poor farm boy. What did I have to offer her? But she didn't, because she was in love with me, is in love with me. And I have her again, and this time it's going to be the way it should have been.
Thank you.
For what?
Oh, 12 minutes till my train. I gotta get going. Can't be late to work. I'll call you.
Know something funny? I haven't used this pool all summer.
I really wish you would just get out of town.
You've been a good friend, Nick. I really appreciate it.
I'll call you when I'm in.
Daisy will post. Don't you think?
Suppose so.
After all, we made promises to each other.
All right. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
newspaper men. All of the stories at Gatsby look out to be a nightmare. Grotesque, circumstantial, vulgar, and untrue. I found myself on Gatsby's side, and alone. Nobody else cared. Nobody. Where were those party people now? I called Daisy to see how she was taking it, but apparently she and Tom got out this weekend and left no return address. I wanted him to know that somebody cared. I wanted to get something from him. I went to the room where he lied to reassure him, I'll get someone for you, Gatsby. Don't you worry, just trust me and I'll get someone for you.
I can't do it. I can't get mixed up in it.
But you were his best friend.
I rose him up out of nothing. Right out of the gutter.
His funeral's today.
Would I like to come?
Then come.
I can't. When a man gets killed, I don't like to get mixed up in it anyway. I keep out.
He want you to be there.
Mr. Carraway, let us learn to show our friendship for a man when he is alive, not after he is dead.
The day of Gatsby's funeral, nobody came. Daisy didn't send a letter, didn't even send a flower. And it wasn't until one October afternoon I was walking down Fifth Avenue when I saw Tom and Daisy. And just as I slowed to avoid overtaking them, they saw me.
Nick! Daisy, look, it's Nick! What's the matter? Try to shake hands with Nick?
You know what I think of you.
You're crazy, Nick. Crazy as hell. I don't know what's the matter with you.
What did you tell Wilson?
I told him the truth. He came by the house when we were getting ready to leave. He was crazy enough to kill me if I had told him in the car. He had his hand on a revolver in his pocket the whole time. And what if I did tell him? Gatsby had it coming. He ran over her like he run over a dog. It didn't even stop his car.
You were always my favorite cousin.
You're careless people! You take things and smash them and retreat back into your money or your vast carelessness or whatever keeps you together and leave your mess for everyone else to clean up. I couldn't forgive them. After Gatsby's death, the East became haunted, distorted. It was time for me to move back west. Back where the blue smoke of the brittle leaves stirred the air, and the wind blows straight on the line. And as I pondered on all of this, I thought about Gatsby's wonder when he first saw the green light at the end of Daisy's dock. He must have come so far to get to these blue lawns and failure of a household. And he must have felt so close to his dream that he could hardly grasp it. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but no matter. Tomorrow, we will run faster, stretch our arms farther until one day. And so we beat on. Boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.
like to thank all of you for coming, of course, and teachers and parents that are out there in the audience, and especially parents that you've supported the cast here and made it possible that we can come and do this production. And of course, all the cast for all the hard work that they've done all through these couple months, but especially at this time, we'd like to honor and think about our senior. So if you're a senior, please come up to the front here so you can recognize all of our seniors. And what we're giving out is this flags that the cast has put in messages for all the seniors, little goodbye messages for all of them. And we do this every year, it's our tradition, that they can look once more out in the audience, think about their time here, and be honored for all the hard work that they've done over the 4 years, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 1 year, however long they've been here. So we always say, take a look at the stage left, take a look at the stage right, and take a look forward into the audience and say one last goodbye. Why don't you guys join hands and do one final